Okay, guys. There's a chance, which I'm going to do right now. Alright, guys. There's a chance that I'm going to be doing some fishing videos, which is kind of cool. I've been fishing ever since I really can remember, and this is my first year, I guess you could say second year, of buying lots of fishing stuff. All my other years of working that I had money to spend, I was either spending on my Jeep or something else, guns, ammo, food. Yeah. So this is definitely one that this is the year that pretty good. So which would be really cool. So I guess I'll just start off with the rods that I have right now, and then I'm going to do some reviews later on of the rods that I have, the reels that I have, how they're doing, what I use them for, and such. So see, the longest or the oldest reel that I have right now, I haven't kept them all. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible YouTuber. So the one I've had the longest is this Quantum Snapshot here. I'm not sure if you can get a hopefully that focuses pretty good. I know it's not a great reel, guys, but it's one that I really started out with. It's combined with some Cajun line. I believe it's a 6-pound test, and I'm using a Berkley Cherrywood rod at the moment. You can see Berkley right there, Cherrywood HD. This is a medium light action, and that's what I really wanted with my spinning rod. Great rods, by the way. I think they punch way above their price range, which they're great ones to have in your arsenal. I have 3 of them. So now my next one was my first bait caster ever, and I really like it. I'm not gonna lie, I've caught a lot of fish on this one. Now normally I've had this one spooled up with yellow Power Pro braid for the longest time, but I changed them. This is a Garcia Silver Max. I don't know if you can see a good picture of that. This is, I don't believe it's their first gen, but it's definitely an older one. Definitely an older one. I have the newer Silver Max I'll probably show you next. This one I got probably about 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago. We used it quite a bit. I got this at Bass Pro with this combo. It has a Berkley Lighting rod. It's one of their customs. It is a 6x6 or 6 foot 6 inch medium. I believe it's 18-pound test Berkley Solutions casting monofilament. The reason why I got that is because it's really cheap, really cheap. I think it was $3 for a spool, and I work at a Dunham's, so I get a discount, so it turned out being almost like $2.50 a spool, which is hard to beat. So next one is another Abu Garcia. It's gonna become it's a rhythm anyways. This is also the Silver Max. This is the latest edition, or latest gen. I've caught a couple fish on this one. I haven't had it for too long, but it's a really good reel. I love it, and I can definitely tell there's a big difference between the old one and the new one. Handles fantastically, cast great, reels in amazing. So really good one. Pretty light. I'm not gonna say they're crazy light, but oh, by the way, the old Silver Max is a 6.4 by 1. This is also a 6.4 by 1. just a overall great ratio that you can use for crankbaits. It's a little bit heavy, or sorry, I think it's a little bit fast for crankbaits, but this is what I have now. This is my crankbait rod, at least what I use for a crankbait rod. It's also a Berkley Cherrywood HD. That's a 7-foot, and it's a medium, with a fast action tip. So it does have that nice bend to it for crankbaits that let the crankbaits do its thing whenever it hits any kind of rocks on the bottom. This is paired up with some 12-pound Vicious fluorocarbon. I'm a big fan of Vicious. They're great. So, and continue on to the last one that I'm going to be showing you today. I do have a big spinning rod. It's an ugly stick and a big spinning reel. The reel is also quantum snapshot. The reason why I'm not showing you is that I don't use it too much. So right here, this is, and I can't tell you too much about it because I just got it today. I want to get out with it tomorrow. This is an Garcia Pro Max. This is a 7x11, yeah, 7x11, anyways, which is a little bit better. This is going to be my top water frogging rod, specifically for frogs. Right here, you can get a good picture of that. Kind of a cool design. I like it. What's nice about the Pro Max, which is the top line up or the top of the line of the Max series. You got the Silver Max, Black Max. I believe the Black Max is the cheapest one. Then you got the Silver Max, and then you got the Pro Max. What's really nice about this one that I found out is that the drag, the magnetic drag, which they all have the magnetic drag, clicks, which the new Silver Max does too. But it clicks pretty nice. I like that. But also this right here, that tensioner, it clicks too, the fine tensioner. So that's really cool, and I really like that about it. This is also paired up with a Berkley Cherrywood HD. It's a 7-foot medium heavy. It feels more like a heavy, the way that the Cherrywood Berkley makes them. This is paired up with some spider wire easy braid, 50 pound. Now I do want to get a, I guess you could say, more top of the lineup rod, but these Cherrywoods have been great to me. I've on that spinning reel, I've caught some pretty big bass. Caught practically, I believe it was a 4.5, which isn't huge, but it's pretty big for that rod. And I've been very impressed. These rods are $20. Where I work, I can get them down to about 15. So I've only broke one rod ever, and it was while using a frog. So I'm not sure. I didn't want to get an $80 rod and then risk breaking it, because then I'd probably puke. So this $20 rod is going to work for now. If it works great, I'm going to keep it as is, and if it breaks, then I'll go out and get another one. But that's gonna, I just thought about that, and I was like, I want a cheap one to begin with. But like I said, these Cherrywood rods are fantastic. I'll be doing a review on them, and they are amazing. So, but anyways, that's what I have right now, and I'll be putting out some reviews for these reels and rods. At least the bait casters. Probably not the spinning rod, but I don't think anyone's gonna be looking up quantum snapshot review. So, but anyways, thank you. Subscribe. Any questions, let me know. This is kind of just an intro one. I'm sorry if it's a little bit boring to you, but this is my what you can call my rod arsenal right now. I only have 4. That's all I really need. I got my spinnerbait, chatterbait, jig rod. Then I have my top water frog rod. And then I have my crankbait, lipless crankbait, deep crankbait, medium, low, even wake baits. So now I know that, you know, a lot of people that have the money, they get a specific deep cranking bait, mid, wake bait. They have a specific jig one. They have a specific punching rod. They have a specific, you know, stuff like that. I don't think I really need that. The top water rod can even double as a jig rod, because it has braid on it. If I'm fishing in the real crappy stuff. Um, and that's what I have. I also, the fairy wand or the spinner rod, you know, that's really good jerkbait rod. Now, the crankbait one can work for it as well. I found out works pretty good with the crank or with the jerkbaits as well. Just in case if I are going for the bigger, quite a bit bigger fish, I can use the bait caster and the better rod. So, anyways, thank you. Questions asked, please. Thank you.